She was so beautiful that I could not say no. I got married very early. And then naturally she didn't want to stay with her in-laws. So we moved to one small studio apartment. Yeah. Now to look after her, etc. And then of course, 2-3 chunnumunus were born. Yeah, and all on that one bed. And I'm trying to sleep because I have to work in the morning and I have to go early morning, and I'm trying to sleep and everybody's pulling the blanket from me. And then finally she gives me one kick and I fall down from the bed because I'm pulling the blanket of the children. So she gives me one push, I fall down from the bed and I fell straight into the well. I screamed. And these people came and pulled me out of the well, and they told me what happened, and I told them that I was actually dreaming, and my wife kicked me and I fell into the well. And amongst them, they were all nicely drunk, and so they said, "Are Swami," the G was out, "Are Swami, why are you dreaming of getting married? Why don't you get married?" I said, if the dream wife could do this to me, what will the real wife do? I woke up from my dream. Now, from where did this, when you say out of ignorance, when the Ravi, when's the source of knowledge, in our kind of sleepy mood, when we enter into a world of ignorance of our own true nature, we start projecting a dream world of our fantasy. And we ourselves get entangled in that fantasy, and that fantasy then turns from a fairy tale into a horror movie. Is it not? And then we want to get out of it, but we can't. Until you get a nice big kick. And that's what happens. When you get a big kick, then you say, I'm going away with that Swami to become a brahmachari. So, Bal Samay Ravi Bakshilyo. Children play this play, hide and seek game, and then they go and hide somewhere and they themselves can't find themselves and they scream to mummy. So, Bal Samay, best you can say, in a childlike play, the infinite pretended to be ignorant, and this whole world was created of fantasy. Our first cause of our sorrow is our ignorance in any field. Today, suppose if you are suffering from your children or seeing your children suffering, is it because you didn't have love? No parent can have no love. But we lack the knowledge of right parenting. You agree or not? In the office, when you make wrong investments, it is because of two things. Carelessness, you became ignorant of that time or forgot your knowledge, or you did not have the proper knowledge of the field. Ignorance is the first cause of all our sorrows. Not knowing who we are and our own blissful nature, living as a finite individual, being a beggar even though we are the king of kings, and not tapping into that source of consciousness within. We live in a world of fantasies, projections, false expectations, and naturally we are disappointed, and that disappointment leads us to misery. To end all our miseries, knowledge of the truth is required. But for any of our problems and sorrows in our life, the cause because of which we make our mistakes, first and foremost, is ignorance. And ignorance can go only with knowledge. And knowledge we can get only from a teacher. In life, our first teacher are our own parents. Mother is considered to be the first guru. Otherwise, we would not even know what to do. We can't even go to the toilet without guidance. Is it not? We call them potty training. Yeah, did anybody learn to go to potty on their own? So, mummy is your potty trainer, no? What in life could we do without a mentor or a teacher? And to talk about the subtlest truth of the infinite and the knowledge of the subject which is even beyond your mind and intellect, how much more is required a teacher who knows? And such a teacher who in the purity of his heart devoured the sun of the knowledge of truth, such a guru like Hanumanji alone can free us from the darkness of our own ignorance of our own true nature, our own discovery of the purpose of our life, our discovery of our own potentials, abilities, and the alertness to live up to our knowledge. Who other than a guru like Hanumanji, who himself has devoured the sun of knowledge, which means digested that knowledge, made it one with him, and attained the supreme reality. Other than him, who can give this knowledge? And yet, such a guru gives out this knowledge and others attain it. And there the secret is, Day1 ani kari binati tab chadi diyo ravi kashta nivar. Great masters like Gurudev gave this knowledge whether people were fit, interested, not interested, and brought that inspiration in people to know this knowledge. But for this knowledge to become our own, Day1 ani kari binati. Normally in a Puranic literature, Devatas means the heavenly denizens. Indra, Varuna, and all are called as Devatas. In the Hindi film series, you'll find those fancy gods with 4, 5, 6 hands with, lots of diadems and crowns, etc. But what makes them Devatas is the divine qualities that they have. In this world also, whom do you call godly? A Hitler or a Gandhi? When with divine qualities, when you say divine qualities, in Vedanta, for the highest seeker of truth, Daivi Sampatti, for those who have studied Tattva Bodh, Atma Bodh, or Kathopanishad, Daivi Sampatti means qualities first and foremost of discrimination. The word discrimination today means racial discrimination. Not that. To be able to discriminate between good and bad, even animals have. But to discriminate between right and wrong, it's a difference between good and bad, right and wrong. We shall expound that later on as we go on. Difference between right and wrong. Subtler is what you call an Einsteinian discrimination between permanent and impermanent, and recognizing that the whole world is relative. Our rishis saw that long before Einstein and applied it not to just the laws of motion or of the world, but also to the subjective world. To recognize that what is permanent and what is impermanent. and to recognize that what we are seeking is permanent. Permanent happiness, permanent love, permanent peace. And to have that daring, to have that growth, which is called as vairagya, dispassion. Now again, the passion word nowadays is, we should have a passion. When we say that have passion only for the permanent and for the other changing, consider it to be insignificant. Vairagya, the ability to progress and the courage to leave behind what is binding you. It's called vairagya. So Vivek, vairagya, shat sampatti, the sixfold treasures of the mind. One is the capacity to be calm most of the time. Shama. Dhamma, to have the mastery over your own wild senses. Your mastery. When to employ them and when to rein them back. Dhamma. So Shama, Dhamma. Uparama. Have you noticed that when there is a situation, somebody has told you something nasty, how whole night you will not sleep? You cannot at that moment calm your mind down. Withdraw your mind. Or there is some problem. Uparama. Titiksha, which is so lacking these days because we get so used to comforts. Forbearance. To bear heat and cold, but not to stop from our goal. Titiksha. Shraddha, to have firm faith. In Vedanta, in the words of the Guru and the scriptures, or in the various sciences or fields that we are working in. And Samadhan, single-pointedness or focus or concentration of mind. And last but not the least, mumukshatvam, burning desire to free yourself completely from your limitations and sorrows. This is called as mumukshatvam. This is called as the Daivi Sampatti. And in the Upanishads, in Vedanta, it is said that those who approach a Guru with such qualities, such divine qualities that go to make the Devatas, and you are divine when you have that aspiration to achieve something greater and higher, something nobler. One who has that, when such people come and approach such a Guru who has not only gained the knowledge but is well established in it, like Hanumanji. Chhadi diyo ravi kashta nivaro. Such a Guru pours out that brilliance of knowledge and that truth that destroys our ignorance completely. And all our problems are not solved but dissolved. In the dream, whatever I may be suffering, the moment I wake up, there are no more problems to solve. But even relatively, as I've explained, whether in parenting, whether in your office, the first cause of our sorrow is ignorance. And don't ever say ignorance is bliss. Our Guruji Swami Tejavanji says ignorance is not bliss, it gives you blisters. Just because you think it's not, you don't know about it, it's not going to happen, it will still happen. No? So don't be like an ostrich that digs his head in the ground and feels that the world has come to an end and there is no danger anymore. See? So how beautiful. Therefore, ko nahi janat hai jag mein kabhi sankat mochana naam tihar. Therefore, who does not know, Hanumanji, that you solve the problem of the great? It is said that when you have these divine qualities, there is nothing in this world you cannot achieve. You are a Devata. You are a powerful force to reckon in this world, but with all goodness. And even such Devatas, when their ignorance is removed, they attain the highest. So, Devan ani kari binati, tab chhadi diyo ravi kasht nivaro, ko nahi janat hai jag mein, kabhi sankat mochana naam diyaro. See, with the Vedantic knowledge, how much depth is there in these verses? Otherwise, it's a simple prayer that if you don't question, Hanumanji, you saved the Devatas and solved their problems that the Devatas could not solve, the cosmic forces could not achieve, and you solved their problem. So why can't you solve my problem, which is so insignificant compared to the cosmic problems, the national problems? So, ko nahi janat hai jag mein kabhi sankat mochana naam tiharo. So we'll sing this verse again and conclude. And tomorrow's program will be announced to you. And tomorrow we have a whole day, kind of a camp retreat here. So they will announce it to you once we finish singing. बाल समय रवि बख्शी लियो तब तीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारो, ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को यह संकट काहू सो जात न टारो। देवन आनी करी बिनती तब छाड़ी दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो, को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, को नहीं जानत है जग में कभी संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। So as you go from here, please get yourself a textbook. At the same time, if you feel inspired and you feel that you've benefited, get on to your favorite smartphones. Send out WhatsApp, Twitters, emails, iMessages, get onto your iPhone, FaceTime, and reach out to the maximum people and let them know of this program. Luckily, it's outdoors. We can fill it up as much as possible. And I would also request, not the very little children because they will be restless, but you have teenagers or youth, bring them only for tomorrow. After that, leave it. Now, for that you have to tell them, just come because I am telling you. This is called emotional white mail. It's for their benefit. Yeah. You just bring them. If youth round the world, we have thousands of youth round the world, whether it's in Australia, even in various parts of America. And as Gurudev said, our youngsters are not useless, they only used less. Give them an exposure, tell them to come. Even if they're completely skeptical, inquiring mind, doesn't matter. You know that they will be convinced. So, bring them over and so that the maximum people benefit from it. Venkat, you can use this mic.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Gurubhyo Namaha. Okay. Thank you, Swamiji. I think Swamiji delivered the message, so there's nothing much I can say about it. So hopefully you will be reflecting on the first verse that Swamiji mentioned, and please reach out to all your friends and family. Please invite them. When we saw this tent and when Swamiji sat here, is this a wedding ceremony? This is so beautiful. And Pavanasuta Hanuman also blessed us. We had a little bit of shower. And of course, Swamiji is blessing all of us, as I can see.